Good morning, everybody. Lisa McDonald here from Dundas, Ontario, Canada. I just wanted to check in. Kind of a catch-all video. I've been very graciously inundated with tons of emails, texts, Facebook messages. It's been absolutely lovely. And I have some of you I have yet to get back in touch with, but please rest assured I will. And hopefully today, setting my intention on that for sure. And so a lot of people have been inquiring about subconscious mind tapping, and I'm not going to talk about it as a resource or a tool, which it very much is. I'm going to talk about it for the reality that it is, and what it's done for me in my life, and what it's continuing to do as I continue to be plugged into it. You know, as I've mentioned before in recent posts and posts prior, going back 2014, 2013 on my Facebook page, I've always endeavored to be committed to my own personal growth and self growth, personal development. Really embracing the shift. And I think a lot of people, including myself at various stages, I think if I'm doing everything that I'm consciously aware of, if I'm making a conscious decision to be grateful, which I do, and I am, if I make a conscious decision to be kind, to be receptive, to be open, to choose to surrender, and that's all part and parcel of what one needs to do to live the life that one's intended to live, and to really get out of your own way and to establish clarity. Things cannot be achieved unless you're in a state of clarity. That is so fundamentally true. And it's a real core basic principle. It's not an easy one to embrace and consistently plug away at. To be clear, there's a lot of external stuff that gets in the way, distracts us, blindsides us, throws us off our game. But it's the turnaround time. It's the switch. But putting that aside for a moment, it's, no matter if you're doing all of those things, if you're being that kind of person, if you're living that kind of a life, as important as that is, you really have to get clear about what's going on in the subconscious, because we don't realize until we make a conscious choice to tap into what's happening in our subconscious, that we realize to the degree that we're impeded, we're blocked. Things that we thought perhaps we had resolved or salvaged or atoned for, not necessarily true. There's different layers of things that are within our subconscious that are still residually there. They're still compartmentalized. They're still in that storage container, and it comes out, and that's what affects our consciousness. That's what gets in our way. And so as I've been committed to working on the subconscious, it's crazy what's showing up, in terms of people. I thought people were showing up before. I thought I was aligning with the right people before. I thought wonderful things in terms of momentum, opportunities, different people out of the woodwork having come across who I am, obviously through social media, reaching out to me. It's exponentially taking off, and I think it's because, as I just mentioned, when you get clear and when you do the work on your subconscious, it's just everything aligns. It's not just how you're consciously executing your life or how you're making decisions, or how you're choosing to make your choices. It's just getting rid of all the toxicity. It's really been a spiritual detoxification process for me. And things that I thought that, I had worked through, or things that I thought were no longer, aspects of what I was perhaps carrying around, or things that were blocking me, I'm really chiseling away at that. And the more I chisel away at that, the more I am just becoming free. There really is no word for it. Call it free, call it liberation, call it lighter, call it brighter, just elevating to a different level and really feeling the shift, embracing the shift, which, of course, along with what you embrace, it's part and parcel of the partnership of surrendering and relinquishing, which I've also for quite some time now been working on and have been committed to. And so, I'm not here to sell things. I'm here to just connect. I'm here to connect with people. My whole life, my choice has been to help people, to empower people, to help people discover or unleash or remind them or affirm them of their own personal greatness and their own personal power. Because it truly does lie and exist within all of us. It's up to us, however, if we choose to tap into that. And that comes from just decluttering, all the false beliefs and concepts that impede our ability to morph our lives into the next level, to live our lives of greatness, to be great, to feel great, our daily proclamations, do you love yourself? I mean, we're always here. Good people are fundamentally always here to rally and champion and support other people, whether it be causes, fundraisers, different plights, in the political arena, trying to embrace change so that we get a leader who makes positive changes for the collective. People always volunteering their time, people stepping up in the schools, people stepping up in their communities. We do that instinctually and willingly for other people. But we have a tendency to put ourselves last, or we have a tendency to think that we're not as worthy or deserving of what other people have. We look at other people and we think, wow, everything's just aligned in their lives. Everything is just taking off. They seem to have it really easy. Things come very easily to them. Why is that? Is it because they're a better person? Is it because, they encountered fortune or good luck or, good genes, good DNA, whatever you want to call it? No. I mean, that might be part of the criteria for what we see externally, but it starts within. If you believe in yourself, and this is what I've continued to remain committed to. I believe in myself, as I believe we all should, right? It's our birthright. It's not about narcissism. It's not about entitlement. It's about it being our birthright. We were born here for a reason. We were born into this world for a reason. We have purposes. We have gifts. We have skills. Some of us know what those are, and some of us have yet to discover what that is. Some of us don't choose to tap into that. They just believe that, they're a bystander in their own life. Whatever they're dealt with, and they try to make the best of it. But it's a daily grind for those people. They don't like their jobs. They don't necessarily clearly like themselves. They don't like the circumstances that they feel have been bestowed upon them. But it's our choice. We all have things that have happened to us that have been out of our control, and that will continue to be the case while we remain here on this planet. But how do we choose to enrich our lives and magnify our strengths and really tap into what it is we feel that we're meant here to do, to share with the collective? And what is the message we choose to impart? What is the legacy we choose to leave behind? What is it that we're fundamentally passionate about? What is it that we will go to the wall, regardless of whether there's a tangible end result or not? That's not important. It's feeling good within yourself. It's loving yourself, telling yourself every day, I love you. And I say that in the mirror. I look at my soul in the mirror every day and I say, I love you, Lisa. I love you, Lisa. Just as I would to anybody else who I greet, who I love, or embrace with affection, or embrace with a smile, or an open heart, open arms. Why do we not give that to ourselves? And if we don't give that to ourselves first and foremost, if we don't believe that we're deserving of that, if we don't see ourselves as equal to other people, we will never manifest in our lives what it is we say we wish to have. Whether it be good quality people in our lives that we wish to have, people who are stellar, people who are quality, people who are living a life of abundance based on their own sense of self-worth, understanding what their own purpose is, what they're here to do, how they emit that energy every single day. It's a choice. But the more you align with making those kinds of healthy choices, positive choices, inspiring choices, you're going to see the same end result. And so when we know that what we give our energy to either boomerangs back to us, negativity or positivity, it's a no-brainer where you put your energy. You put your energy into the people and the atmosphere of what's good. So whatever space that you choose to be in that brings out your fundamental best and makes you feel alive and makes you feel inspired and gets you even clearer and more tapped into where you want to go, who you want in your circle, what you want showing up in your life. It's so simple. If we can get out of our own way, if we can get really clear with what's been happening in our subconscious and eradicate those negative thoughts, get rid of the shame, get rid of the blame, get rid of the negative scars, everything that, has programmed us subconsciously to limit us and place restrictions on our potential and our capacity to live a fully enriched life. It's so simple, and we all deserve that. So I'm just here to talk about from my own testimonial, from my own experience of what I've been sponging up, because anybody who's known me, not like prior to my books, prior to radio, people who have history with me, people know this is who I am. I'm always on a steep learning curve. I'm on a really big one right now, but it's one that guarantees only goodness. It's one that only guarantees taking me to the highest vibrational level possible. One that's going to surround me continuously with the right people and the joy that I just want to continually sponge up. So again, I want to thank you very much for all your messages. I want to thank you for the ways in which I am inspired by you in terms of how you lead your own life, how you're living your own life of passions. For radio guests, people who aren't on radio but are on my social media, people who are in my personal life, who I have the privilege and the honor of calling friend, calling family, calling, fellow brother, sister within my community. I'm paying attention to you as well. There's so much that I'm learning from you. So for everything that's been very kindly expressed to me through email privately, just know that I echo your sentiments. I feel that way about you too. I love brightness. I love bright people. I love positive people. I love people, who go to the wall for what they believe in, for people who are just getting out of their comfort zone, who are choosing not to live a life of mediocrity or be a victim in their life. For you warriors out there, keep going. Keep going. And for any obstacles, perceivable obstacles that put you in the energetic field of questioning, like, is this right? Like, should it really be this hard? Well, sometimes you have to break through things. That's an indication that you're getting out of your comfort zone. You're allowing yourself and you're choosing to expand your awareness, to expand your potential, to expand your own universe. That's what it's all about. Life is so short. And so when we know that we're faced with the choice every single day, how we choose to execute our life, how we choose to execute our 24 hours, to me, it's just a no-brainer. Just keep it positive and keep the momentum going and believe in yourself. Tell yourself you love yourself. Do things to remind yourself that you are worthwhile. You are deservable. This is your birthright. We're here. We're here to make the most of being here. So let's maximize that and let's do it together. So if there's anything I can do to further help you, support you, assist you, help you get clear, whether it's, explaining what's happening in my life more specifically, mentoring, whatever it is that you're interested in, whatever it is you choose to share, whatever it is you choose to ask, I'm very receptive. I just want to see everybody that I encounter live a full life because you do deserve it. But you have to believe that you deserve it. because it starts with you and it starts with me. So if we're professing we want world peace, if we're saying that we want happier households, if we're saying that we want people in general to feel they're healthier, if all of that, then there's an accountability piece to that. There's a responsibility piece to that. There's a reciprocal piece to that. There's a contributing, participating piece to that. So let's link up. Let's all be part of that link and let's get it going. Okay? So Lisa McDonald here from Dundas, Ontario, Canada, wishing everyone a phenomenal day. Please know I believe in you too. Please know that I'm also equally inspired by you. And let's just keep it going. Okay? Lisa McDonald, Dundas, Ontario, all my best. Take care. Bye-bye.